Welcome to the Contact Center Cactus Chat podcast. I'm your host, Eric Mulvin, coming to you from sunny Phoenix, Arizona.
And I'm your co-host, Jay Kayang from Junge City, Philippines.
I'm a serial entrepreneur. Started my first business 10 years ago, and 6 LLCs later, I started PacBiz Contact Center Outsourcing in 2015. Today, we have over 200 employees and growing.
And I'm the operations manager here in PacBiz, and I've been working with Eric since 2014, and I grew as the company grew.
So whether you're looking to outsource for the first time, whether you manage a contact center, or you're just looking to improve your customer experience, we'll be covering topics for you.
So business managers, operations managers, business owners, this is for you, so make sure to subscribe.
Welcome back to the show. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate all our listeners. And again, I'm joined in person in studio by our co-host. It's great to have you in Phoenix today.
Thank you. It's been nice, and we were last week early this week we were in Vegas. And, it looks like it feels like a lot of that's happened already, but it's been fun, and thank you for inviting me over. And
as operations manager at PacBiz, you oversee about 200 people. So at the peak of COVID, we had about 99% of the people working from home. Today, I think that numbers are right around 70%. Mm-hmm. So what are the biggest issues that you faced managing remote work, and what did you do as operations manager to overcome them?
Yeah, it's funny because we were expecting a lot of issues when we started the first day, second day. Yeah, they were pretty minimal, some connections, a little adjustments, but right after that it went really smooth. Like people are excited to work because they're working at home, and there are no absences. If there are, there's somebody's gonna fill in, and they're gonna cover the shift, until they get used to it, and the excitement fade. And we started noticing that people are lacking focus on their job, possibly since they're at their each houses, but probably they're doing something or they're talking to somebody, and so that's the first problem that we saw, the lack of focus. So what we did was it's number one priority is the quality. So the QA department really took care of it, and with the extra monitoring of the agents who were working from home versus the agents who were working. There were still few working in the office at that time, and that's the lack of focus was improved because of the help of the QA. And then we also do the live monitoring. So we use several platforms just to make sure that we see the agents that needed monitoring. And luckily, not all of them are needed to be monitored. So those were the challenges. And right now, it's already a privilege. It's not like I am employed with PacBiz, so I have the right to be working at home. It's not like that. You need to provide all the things that needed, like to replicate the office environment, and the things that we have, the silence, the reliable power, and internet service. So those are the things that we have in the office, just to. Or we ask from the employees so that they can work from home. So I want to ask you this, Eric. Mm-hmm. So you've been you've been here in the U.S. and we are there, and that's another example of working remotely.
True. Okay.
Have you had any problems or issues with that setup?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, that's one of the questions I get asked most often. Like, how do you manage everything in the U.S.? Like, how often, and I think the second question they ask is, how often do you go back? Because I think people are thinking, like, man, I've got to see my team every day almost. I think people are backing away from that now because of more acceptance of working remotely, which again, maybe why you're listening. But I do think I am a bit unique because based in Phoenix, from day one, I had to manage people remotely. So from 2014, when we started operations in the Philippines and started taking calls for first business in my taxi company, then yeah, it was always remote.
And those things that the same challenges for the culture, like people are not showing up sometimes. They tend to be probably feeling safe just staying at home, and they're not participating in all the activities. And lately they have been going out, and I can see people working in the office, and even helping other stuff like decorating and preparing for the Halloween. And I can see those photos, and it's fun that culture was able to pull it off, even if we had this pandemic for 2 years. And the relationship, the culture, all the things that we used to have during before the pandemic, is slowly going back. So this is the challenge is it's slowly going away. Like we're going back to normal, but still we still have people who are working from home, and that makes us different from others. And we're embracing it, since we see that there's a way to make it work. So we will continue giving employees the setup or a chance to work with their families at home.
Yep, that's for sure. Family being one of the top core values at PacBiz. What better way to promote that core value than continuing to allow work from home where they could be with family if they could, meet the privilege of providing the level of support we're looking for from them. So hybrid model is here to stay. Working from home is here to stay. Although we still have 30% of the people working out of the office right now, so it's not like everybody's working from home. And I'm sure we'll start seeing that number creep up more as things, the Philippines have been a little behind in the U.S. and U.K. and Canada as far as COVID. Some of the restrictions are just now, November 2022, just being lifted. So they're starting to feel more comfortable doing more events. And so sure we'll see more people working out of the office, but we're excited to continue to offer work from home. So that about wraps up our conversation on remote work, challenges of managing remote work. And I hope you guys can see, maybe at first it was like a daunting task. How do we get up this mountain of remote work? And we showed you some of the paths up to the top of that mountain. And it is possible. And if you don't want to deal with it, hey, that's what we're here for. If it's customer support, customer experience, virtual assisting, there's a lot that we could do here at PacBiz to help out. So you don't have to take on that challenge. We take it on for you. And then you deal with people like Jake, who's also the account manager for some of our clients. Yeah,
not to mention that we already figured out what to do. So it's very safe to do the work from home setup. And of course, it would be considered what type of account, what type of industry you're working, where your business is. So but if you need anything, you need help, and you're interested in working with us, just keep on listening. If you need some more information, we still have future podcast recordings and a lot of topics, and we also have already uploaded several topics that you might need to know.
Yeah, so go check out some of the past episodes, because here, as you already hopefully realize, we talk about outsourcing, we talk about customer experience, managing call centers, and so we hope you found something valuable today. And you can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Full episodes are on YouTube, so you get to see us in person interacting. So, but want to thank you guys for listening to this show. I think Jake and I have gone a little longer these last couple episodes because we're in person, so got a little bit more to say than normal. But thank you guys for listening, and appreciate it. Thanks, and have a great day.
Thanks, guys.
See you on the next episode. See you there.
See you.